Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. This a men's ceremony or women's ceremony? Yeah, sounds like a men's. What do we do, ladies? All right, I want to start off by thanking the participants who helped make everything ready for tonight's special celebration, so we can acknowledge the participants. I would also like to acknowledge the staff for their hard work. We can give them a nod. Okay. So Lem, if that's work for the staff, what is it for the participants? Okay. There are volunteers that play an important role in our organization, and they're not often seen by the folks here day to day. They are our board of directors and board of trustees. We have a member of our board of trustees, Bob Goodell, here. I saw David Fitzpatrick earlier. Is David still in here? He must have just ate and run. Yeah. All right, you know how that is. But they play a real important role in helping us, fulfill our mission. So I want to thank them, and particularly for showing up and being supportive of this ceremony. This is a special night. We get to hear the stories of men who have been through the program and what their path and experience has been. And there's always deep admiration and respect for the perseverance that folks show to get to this point and establish their recovery. So with that, I'm introducing somebody. I don't know if it's William or John. Is it William? It is William. I'm introducing William. William, come on up.
Trying to get in the center. I'm going to ready. Okay, look, y'all guys. I come on, y'all ain't gonna let these ladies at these different ceremonies keep shaming us. Are we? The time of celebration, y'all. And every time we come to one of these ceremonies, we always hear how the ladies participate, and they really do. And even after all of that, I look to the left, and there's some silver chippers sitting there. Somebody celebrated you when you was up here, right? Somebody else. Come on now, but let's don't let Chris keep shaming us like that. Crank it up again one more time, Bob. You go over to that women's facility, men, and be doing all that hollering over there. I know your motives ain't right. Just so you know, I didn't see you call. I'm watching you, bro. All right. We try to get started, trying to shake the hanks off when I first start. Always a little nervous, but it don't last long. So I don't know if Chris did it or not, so I'm gonna do it again. I want to welcome you to the 147th Men's Transitional Ceremony. Tonight, we're going to be recognizing 4 new alumni. And I'm trying to be more professional because over there at that women's facility last time, Tracy is very professional. So I said, I'm going to have to change my game plan and read from the paper. We might can't beat them hollering, but at least we got to up the game. Didn't get much laugh on that one without me. All right. So, once again, my name is William Dickens. I'm the planning room coordinator for the men's and women's facility. Silver chipper number 133. I got to be, I better back up here a little bit because I'm getting too worked up in here, y'all. All right. To be here, a lot of people think this program is free, but it's not. It costs $55 a night to be here at Healing Transition. So one thing you will hear me say is how long a person, how many nights they was here. And I'm gonna invite everybody here to become a change maker. Will all the change makers please stand and be recognized? Well, thank you very much. Now, we learn in the step work that we want to make an amends for something that's been so freely given to us. I'm a change maker also. You don't have to give a lot, but as y'all can see, we are doing some construction around here. We got 100 men, at least more, sleeping in here on the floor at night. So we try, and they're just looking for a place to lay their head for one night. And thank God the Healing Transition is here. Amen. It might don't sound like it all the time, but I'm grateful. Also, that money, it goes to a good cause. It helps you to pay for the bed that you used to have that somebody is sleeping in now. What the gratitude is now, and I hope it keeps growing, is people, silver chippers, alumni that say you love this place. It's people here still in the program. And it happened at the women's facility also, that's change makers before they even move out. See, we learn here, love is an action word. So if you say you love something or love somebody, you should be able to show some kind of gratitude. I see the faces getting real serious now, and that's what I want, because you don't have to give a whole lot. Anything you give will help. I ain't telling you to give no dollar now. Don't take it. But you can start small. We got ladies out there on the outside in case you leave out and you want to become a change maker. And that's for anybody that want to become a change maker and freely give back what was so freely given to you. Could you imagine if everybody here that went through this program, that's an alumni, became a change maker and only gave back $10 per pay period? Do you know how much money that might would be? I'm not good with math, but somebody in here. Because this is, I think we up to what number now? 1,030 Silver Chip alumni. Now, some of them might be passed on, but I know at least 500 got to be still alive. Y'all work with me a little bit, and if you say you really love this place, men and women, and you love what it did for you, do the step work. Give back what was so freely given to you. Now, I'm gonna try to move on from that, but that change maker thing is in my heart. So I can leave it, then I gotta come back because it's in my heart. It's in my heart. I'll be serving. Well, I got to get something over on. Anyway, we're gonna move on now. The first new alumni, because see, we ain't got before, guys. So I want to kill a little time because I know y'all going to be moving it. All right. The first new alumni we're gonna be recognizing is Mr. Juan Levine. Yeah. What they're gonna be receiving tonight is a silver chip medallion. On one side, it said, alumni, I am responsible one day at a time. And on the other side, it has the Healing Transitions logo. All right, so these guys, we learned coming through this program that drugs and alcohol is only what? Of the problem. So the problem is in our attitudes and behaviors. So just stop using or drinking or drugging, just don't solve the problem. You have to change your behavior. Now, some of these guys get a little slick, and I don't know how they go through here without being helped by their peers. So this guy, first guy, Mr. Juan Levine, he did a commitment in the planning room. He was a very smooth operating brother. I don't know why we don't have nothing in here about his phone calls to that women's facility. So, he got help from his peers 3 times. I don't understand that neither, but we are raising them up. He got help, got some help for a broken commitment, and people, what that means, some of this stuff I'll try to explain real quickly. And that is, he made a commitment to do something and he didn't do it. So that's poor job performance. He was assigned a job, and evidently he did it like he was drunk. He didn't not following the guidelines. And being in this program, we got guidelines that you have to follow. And when you don't follow the guidelines, we do hold you accountable. This is not your house. We welcome you here, but you have to follow the guidelines of our house. So that some of the help he received was 500 words on focus, eat with detox for 3 days, a verbal roster check. That means he need to go around to all his peers and tell them and let them tell him what they think about his actions. 500 words on how my actions affect others. Take detox to breakfast outside of doing it for room assignment. These guys are assigned to go visit detox. And sometimes I think some of them get that twisted. They go over there to detox, but I had to check the motives. Yes, so check it out. And meet and greet the Mets for 3 meals. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni number 147, Mr. Juan Levine. Membership alumni number 1030.
Okay.
I wanna, first of all, thank people in Wake County for believing in us, addicts and alcoholics here. Man, thank the Healing Transition. I owe my life to this place. Man, I don't know where I would be. I ain't have nowhere else to go. Burnt all my bridges. I just was lost, man. It was either come here or kill myself. I mean, I ain't have no other reason. I wanted to live. And God just told me, you know, I came here in February of 2022. My uncle brought me here. I was in Virginia. I got in some trouble, whatever. He brought me down here, and I didn't like it. I claimed I came up with every excuse in the world, man, why I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to do the writings. I didn't want to go to the meetings. I basically just wasn't ready to stop doing what I was doing. I wasn't tired enough yet, you know. So I went back, got beat up some more. You know, and finally August I came back and with a made up mind that I was gonna do whatever it took to stay sober. That's what I did. I came in, I did everything they asked me to do to the best of my ability. And if I could do it, anybody in here can do it. Man, just take it one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? I went through the program, you know what I'm saying? I'm working now, got a place to stay. I'm working on getting a vehicle. I got my family in my life. Still working on some of my family, but man, I mean, other than that, man, life is good. You know what I'm saying? The work don't stop when you leave here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's when it starts.
There you go.
Cause then you gotta be out there and deal with life on life terms.
Come on. Yeah.
Right now, if you in here, man, and you struggling, just keep trying, keep pushing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep encouraging others, keep helping each other, man. Believe in each other, man. If I could do it, I couldn't go to sleep with $5 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Believe it. I couldn't do nothing right. My dad used to tell, boy, you the lionest boy I ever seen in my life. But I ain't got to be that today. So
Share that. Yeah.
and everything is, like I said, everything is good. I mean, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, keep, you know what I'm saying, taking suggestions, talking to my sponsors, going to meetings, everything, I think everything will be all right, man. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Juan.
Word.
The next guy we're gonna be recognizing is Mr. Thomas Hardy. Now, I want y'all to, you know, we be keeping dogs, but with this guy right here, don't get too loud. He's gonna take off and run. Don't scare us, man. Don't scare us. He's a good guy, but he can't. So he was in Met 2, Met 1 2 times, Met 2 3 times, CTR 1 3 times, and CTR 2 1 time. So the help some of the help he got was not follow the guidelines for job performance. And some of the help he received from his peers was spend 15 minutes with Chester. Chester's our cat. We found out our cats are very therapeutic. Do it again. And when guys are real worked up, they can go and play with the cat. One of them cats don't play like that. Attend 3 p.m. meditations, 500 words on why the guidelines apply to me. Interview 3 detox clients. Escort detox the next 3 days. And he was moved back from CTR 1 to Met 2 until he started working steps with his sponsor. So Met 2, when we tell y'all about sponsorship, we ain't playing. You got to have a sponsor. But they say if you're sponsoring yourself, you're sponsoring others. Okay. Thomas was here 499 days at $55 a night and attended 391 meetings. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni.
Yes, sir. All right.
Thank you. I'd just like to start off by first thanking Healing Transitions for the tremendous opportunity that they gave me. When I got here, I was a mess. Life was in ruins. When I got here, the help of the staff and participants, I was able to struggle through and eventually make it. I want to thank staff and participants also for helping me make it through. It was difficult at first when I stopped fighting and decided to do what I was taught. Things became a lot more easy. And just by sticking and staying and doing what I had taught, I was able to make it through. And for that, I'm very grateful for. I'm out on my own, living life on life terms. And I owe it all to Healing Transitions. Thank you.
Yeah.
The next new alumni we're gonna be recognizing, and I tell y'all, as being in the planning room and working with these guys that have done commitments in the planning room, and some of the guys that don't, but I get to work with them more that's in the planning room, the peer mentors, men's and women's. I haven't worked with them much lately, but I'm gonna try to pick that up. You build a relationship with these guys, and because sometimes as a staff member, I may come in and not have a perfect day. And so sometimes I find some of them guys that I can talk to about life in general. And I thank my higher power for that. And this next guy that I'm gonna call up, I'm telling you, me and him, I think we built the bond, and it may be deeper than he thinks, but I'm telling you, he's all right with me, which all of y'all are, but it's just because I worked around him a lot, and I think he did 2 or 3 commitments in the planning. And that's what it's about, you know, not forgetting where I came from, and also brotherly love. And I hope I said it right tonight, but it took the man to go through the whole program till I learned to pronounce his name correctly, because I just, and if I get it wrong, please forgive me. But he only got help a couple of times from his peers. He did 3 commitments in the planning room. One thing he really helped out a lot with was we doing a new database thing, and he really helped me a lot with the computer. And one thing that I know, I used to hear this brother talk about his son. Now, I'm not gonna stay there because we get our emotions back when we get in that program. And he used to talk about how he wanted to build his relationship back with his son. Me and him used to have some deep conversation. And I told him recovery can do that. Recovery can do that, man. It can bring back some stuff that you lost.
Yes.
And you can
Well, yeah.
and today, knowing he have moved out and he's getting and spending time and be that father he wants to be, that's the stuff that makes my job worthwhile.
Yes, yes.
See, recovery makes it happen that I can see you make a change.
Right.
It ain't about me. If I hold on, I already know what I'm gonna get. But seeing the light come on, as we were saying today, seeing the light come on in somebody else's eyes. And that's what the staff at Healing Transitions is about. Making the light come on in somebody, helping the light come on in somebody else's eyes. So this guy, he's here with, it cost him $55 a day to be here. Yeah. So he was here a total of 451 days and attended over 466 meetings. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni number 1033, Mr. Timothy.
long journey, guys. First off, I want to thank everybody in this room. I want to thank the people of Wake County. There's so many people to thank for getting me to this point. Some special thanks, Jason, Mr. Dickens. I appreciate it. You have no idea how influential you guys were to where I am now. That guy that you see up there, he lost everything. He lost everything. And it wasn't material goods. Those can be replaced and you can't take those with you. He lost his friends. He lost his family. He lost his confidence. He lost his hope. When I got here, there was one of two options, either get better or die. And I thought dying was a better option. Nobody wants to be here to go through this program. You want to leave after day one. You want to leave after a week. You want to leave after a month. My perspectives had to change on things. I had to become a new me. And all they ask you to do is just try a little bit, help out a little bit, and they'll take care of you and give you the tools. I am extremely and forever grateful to this place. The biggest things that I learned when I was here is one, you don't have to speak because you can. Speak when you need to. And the other thing, I talked my entire life. Listen. It's just time to listen. This place will always be in my heart. It saved my life. As Mr. Dickens said earlier, a year ago, I wasn't even allowed to see my son. And he's under the weather today, but he called me before I got here today. And said, Dad, I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to see you.
Come on.
Tomorrow.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Love you, Tim.
Well, here we go. It's always one. It's always. Well, sometimes it's two or three, but y'all give me a minute because you look at the back of this sheet of paper. Help that this man really needs. Help him. But he's all right. I mean, Michael Donovan Wood. Woo, Jay. Well, he's a young man, and we know these young guys coming here, they wild. Some of the help he received from his peers was entitlement, not following the guidelines 8 times, poor job performance 6 times, a bad attitude, inconsideration, broken commitment 11 times. 2 times. You ought to take it anyway. You probably got away with it. Procrastination, and he was removed from the planning room. Well, some of the help he received from his peers that helped with some of that old behavior was volunteer to help detox on Saturday. I don't know why they gave him this. Teach a 3 p.m. class on guidelines. Why? 1 week step up band because he was all over the place. He was volunteering. 2 weeks after dinner, meet with the detox clients, attend Place of Miracles, spend 30 minutes with Zach Fowler. Those suit job for 2 weeks, 2 days, pick up the cigarette butts, a yes man for 2 weeks, 500 words on the man in the mirror, silent roster check. That means you got to go around to all his peers and be quiet and listen to what they have to say. 500 words on we are all people. That might have been for some of that old. He's a cussing machine. I hope we come up here and remember we got some adults. Oh, what is bad enough, but okay. Hold it down tonight. 1,000 words on I should not fear myself, I should love myself. Speak to 10 CTRs on self-acceptance and a gratitude list for 1 week. Still very proud of this young man. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni.
Yes, sir.
34.
Thank you, John. First I want to do is thank the staff, Mr. Dickens, Jason, even Travis. And Mr. Rayford, most definitely, like everybody here that works here and even some of the participants that won't for you guys, I wouldn't have made it through. I want to thank my family who's here tonight for having my back through this whole thing, regardless of everything that I had ever done to them. So, right. So, my sobriety date is August 26, 2022. A couple days before that, and the main reason I came up here is because I died. And like, it was a miracle that I even made it up here in the first place. And my mama dropped me off, and like another participant here said, it's kind of like a rolling stop. They kicked me out of the car, told me they love me, and then didn't give me a second to change my mind and drove off. And at that point, I didn't have anywhere to go. I wanted to leave, but Raleigh's new to me. I didn't like being homeless where I was from. I wasn't going to be homeless here because I didn't know anybody. So I stayed again against my better wishes, and I missed it. Honestly, the website lied to me, y'all. I went online and looked this place up after I heard about it in jail. And I was like, oh, this place sounds good. And then like, I had convinced my grandmama that my friend was going to bring me up here, but really he was my drug dealer. And for me to, and I actually had this delusion that he was going to drop me off up here, but no. So my mom ended up bringing me up here and dropping me off. And honestly, I'd never been like, after a while, I got to the point where I'd never been so happy to be lied to in my life. Because this place saved my life. Like, I can't stress it enough. The people here and the fellowship I've met, all the staff members here, like if you're new and you've just got here, or you've maybe met two, even CTR, like if you're thinking about leaving or whatever, you pull one of them staff members to the side, man, and a lot of them will be more than happy to talk to you. Even Travis, even though he can. But in all seriousness, man, though, this place saved my life. I was 1 foot in the grave every day. Like my drug of choice was it doesn't take prisoners. So everybody says like stick and stay until the miracle happens. And the miracle for me is I got here. This place saved my life, and if you're new, man, just stick and stay. It does help. I promise you it does. All those concerns Mr. Dickens ran off, the first couple I was mad about, but then after a while, you just get to a point where, well, maybe this will actually help. And it does. I still cuss a lot. Y'all, I'm holding back right now, just so y'all know. That's out of respect for Mr. Dickens or anything. But other than that, man, this place has helped me get my life together. I'm working. I got a place to stay. I actually pay my rent, which is something I probably would have never done.
Yes, sir.
I show up, but this place helped me turn everything around, and it gave me a new lease on life. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Chaser.
My name is Jason, the transition case manager here at the Men's. Okay, signature number 544. So first of all, I want to congratulate these guys. Proud of all y'all. Good job. You know, I apologize to Donovan for spelling me. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, first of all, I'm the transition case manager here. What I do is I work with those gentlemen that have completed the educational portion and are now either doing a commitment to give back. After that, they look for work and then they're allowed to stay here and look for housing. So I kind of help these guys through that process. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna recognize the men that have made it to the transitional portion and are now either, like I said, looking for work or working, okay? what they're gonna get is they're gonna get a copy of their detox picture. And we have a tradition here. Thought behind it is that while we're out there, losing all our marbles, when they come in, we're gonna give one of them back, all right? So first off is Randall Parks. Matthew Collins. Gregory Snyder. Harrison.
Hi, guys.
Bert Parrott. Joe Perry. Pat Carver. David Stones. Yvonne Smith. David Dowdy. Thomas P. Philip Dixon. CTR2 owns a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, you know, my wife said we got up to 120 decibels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we did.
All right, thank you guys for sharing. I'd like to know more about your socks, Tim.
And pictures of my son. Oh, hey, got a solid thing here. Take it like that.
We want to express our appreciation to the silver chippers that came out tonight. And so I'm going to call you up by year. So if anybody silver chipped between 2001 and 2003, if you could walk around and line up over here. Okay.
The legends.
2004, 2005. 2006. 2007. 2008. 2009. 2010. 2011. 2012. I got. Jason says. Um, 2013. Two 2015. 2016. Two thousand and 17. 2018. 2019. 2020. 2021. 2022. 2023. 'Thank you again for joining us tonight. Hope you have a safe evening. So, number one. Go ahead. What do you ask for? So I go here.